Alright guys, so let's have a look at Applied Digital. Yes, we were talking about this one for quite some time. Last time I made a video, $26 target, but before that I was expecting some sort of a pullback. We got the pullback and we got the stock essentially try to rally today off this 1173, yesterday's low, today's low, and then broke out of this 1247 that I was watching as a possible support, which didn't hold, and it was acting resistance. It got over it, and I was comparing it to Soundhound. I'll take you guys to Soundhound before this aftermarket shenanigans after Israel and Iran headlines. Everything is down, okay? So we'll talk about what levels to watch from here now. So I had a bunch of calls, like hundreds of calls, but again, those were very cheap. So, and I was okay to lose that much money, so that's fine. I shared it on my post here from members too as well, saying that where we are in terms of Soundhound, and some premiums were coming in, but maybe not quite the time right now. But this looked a very similar pattern to me with Soundhound back in December. Very similar timing. Short week coming up, and then OPEX coming up next week, and then Fed meeting coming up as well next week. Looked very similar, like rallies, essentially Soundhound rallies to like 16, has a hard time with this 1558, and then pulls back like 20-25%. And I thought that going into Thursday, this is hourly chart, let me 5-minute chart, I thought it would do something like this, because usually these, and the capitalization of the stock is very similar as well. Amount of shorts, pretty similar. Again, it's not one-to-one, but that's what I thought it could have done. No idea what's going to happen overnight all the time. Sure, there's always this event risk all the time when you're trading like weekly contracts like I do all the time. So I thought it would do something like this. It would just hover around, get over the volume weighted average price, and then come Friday pretty much take the shorts for a ride and go like 20-30%. And then following week, going into the Fed rate decision, it would go all the way to 20 plus, maybe like 24, 25, $26 levels. That's what I thought. So now here's what I'm watching for APLD. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow in the morning session, but so far, yeah, it looks like it's a toast for me at this point, where essentially indices are down, everything is down, but I thought this stock wouldn't get hit regardless of that. But again, this news was pretty big news, because indices, when like small cap indices drop as a whole as well, this is what drags those kind of stocks. So this is what happened. So I want to take you back to last time as well, like around this time, what happened to Russell 2000 around this time. But this is not the Fed, this is Fed rate decision, but up until then, Thursday, Friday, Russell 2000 was declining, but Soundhound didn't have any business to do with it, and it did its own thing. That was giving me a confidence as well. CPI came out about the same time last time, when SPY, look at the SPY, just rallies, and then we're looking at December 2024, 11th, December 11th, December 12th, December 13th. And look what it does. SPY goes up, and as SPY goes down and overall market tanks, Soundhound looked like exact opposite, and it just kept squeezing people. And that's what I thought it would do, because of the Oklo and all the other small caps that are just quantum names. Regardless of the macro situation we were having, they were just going bananas. Like look at the Qubit, which of course it did round trip, but it was going crazy yesterday, the day before yesterday. And then if you take a look at the Oklo as well, it was just going pretty crazy, squeezing, making new all-time highs. And I thought, if these blank check companies that are worth 10 billion without anything out there, and on the other hand, Applied Digital was solid contract out there and possibly doubling their revenue, this could have squeezed some people. So now here's what I'm watching. Essentially, yes, there are a lot of still calls in it. It could be a blip on the way up, but this 1105, this breakout area, this is your essentially support now. So if it cracks this level, oh my goodness, I am not going to be surprised to see it fill the gap right here around 750-ish. But there are a lot of flows. The volume is crazy on this stock. It can definitely just shake it off and then move right back up as well. But I would want to see the stock above $12.47 in order to consider it to the upside. So far, yeah, I have calls that are going to probably be worthless, but I will see if I can re-enter if it has a momentum. If it's not going to have a momentum, I'm not going to jump on it. But I know that the calls that were coming in for Applied Digital today, yesterday, the day before yesterday, they were all like with long dated. Like people were not buying short. They were going for July, next year, 2026 calls. Like you can see 2026, $30 strike, $29,000. Okay, that's fine. And also October, $16 call, $290,000. And then this is, I tweeted $12 call for next year, $4 premium, $645,000 spent. They were buying time. Okay, so these were buying time, these bets, but nothing short dated. So if I see with the price moving higher, of course today were a lot of speculative calls were coming in too, but I'm not paying too much attention on those. If it gets back above these $12.45 and $13 levels, and I see short dated calls come in and chase this name, that's when I would consider probability of this stock breaking possibly this 14 and possibly go 15 and possibly go to the to that area of $20, $24, $25 area. But this week, next week was the perfect time to do it. But if it's gonna hover around here, chop around here, then yeah, I'm not interested to long this name at this point. And just like I said, 11 is your lifeline at this point. Crack of 11, yeah, I'm not going to be watching this name to the upside. As long as it stays above 1250 and builds there, sure, it can still push higher and squeeze higher. Let's take a look at the short volume, which I didn't today. I wasn't watching this stock as much as others. So yeah, there are plenty of shares available. Short volume, 38%, 34%, 37%. The normal, I mean, this is not really highly shorted, but the float of the stock has high short float. So like around like 34, 35%. So the only way those people would get squeezed if this stock makes a new high, because there are a lot of people who definitely added to short right around these levels. And that was my idea, like going into the weekend when stock tries to take out those shorts, they tend to panic and they tend to cause the rally to the upside. So which, well, again, event risk every time is present every single day. So there's nothing 100% certain. So there's always probability of something happening and not happening. So that's how I look at things. So in this case, yeah, overall market tanked, so there's nothing to do about that. So, and I'm not telling you to buy or sell this stock. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. That's the update for Applied Digital. This is what I'm watching. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.